Hey. Okay, Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. I'm done, and I feel like I'm ready to spill my guts. Can we take a moment for these covers? The covers were one of the main reasons I picked up this series because they're so aesthetically pleasing. They go together so well. They caught my eye right off the bat. Let's get into it. This is going to be the spoiler-free review. We're gonna talk about if I recommend it. We're gonna talk about my thoughts. We're gonna talk about what I hated, what I didn't hate, without spoiling. Lauren Asher wrote this series. It's a trilogy. It starts with the fine print, the second one is terms and conditions, and the third is final offer. This is my first experience reading anything Lauren Asher, okay? Am I satisfied? Yes. Was I expecting more? Also yes. There's so much noise around Lauren Asher, so I was very excited to pick these up. I was very expectant in a way, not so much about the storyline, but about the writing and the characters, because all I've heard is people gushing over the characters that she creates. So I was satisfied, but I wasn't blown away like I thought I was going to be. I think in total, if I'm gonna rate the series as a whole, I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars, but individually, let's get into it, okay? First off, let me give you a little bit of backstory about the universe where these books take place. Basically, it's like if Walt Disney had 3 grandsons and when he died, he left them in his will and they had to do something in order to receive their rights to whatever he left them. So in this world, there's Disney, but it's called Dreamland. I'm dying saying that out loud. It's so cringy, but knock off Disney. Not copyrighted Disney. You can't copy strike this, okay? So each book follows a grandson with trying to receive their part of the will and also ends up falling in love in the process. The first one, the fine print. This follows Rowan and Zara. I gave this book 3 stars out of 5. Truly, mainly because Zara in this book is insufferable. Enjoyed Rowan in this book. He's like broody, angry, I hate everyone in the world but you. Rowan is the youngest brother of the 3. And he wants nothing to do with Dreamland. He kind of just wants to like get in there, do what he needs to do, receive his inheritance, get out. Zara is like in love with Dreamland. She's like a Disney adult. And then we kind of go from there. Did this blow my socks off? No. Do I regret reading it? Also no. Again, 3 out of 5 stars is kind of sitting in the middle for me. And that's just about it for this book. I really don't want to talk about it. The second book is Terms and Conditions. This follows Declan, which is the oldest brother. He is CEO type, A type, I'm your boss type, I am in charge type, okay? And the girl in this book, her name is Iris, so she is his assistant. They kind of like get into a little bit of a situation. The theme in this book is marriage of convenience. Do the math. I gave this book 4 is pushing it, but 3.5, maybe 3.8, somewhere around there. It was better than the fine print. It was better than the first one. I liked Iris a lot in this book. I liked Declan a lot in this book. This book didn't make me cringe. The fine print, some parts made me cringe, okay? I liked the storyline. I wasn't really bored. This is the book I read the fastest. I loved it. I would recommend it. It was fun. It had me giggling, but also had me like... So I really enjoyed this one. Okay. Let's get into it. The third one is Final Offer. This follows Callahan, or Cal. He's the middle child. Middle child, problem child. You know how it goes. All throughout the first and second book, he kind of was like in the storyline, and the storylines intertwine, obviously. So we get a little bit of each character in each book. There was so much wind up to Cal. I couldn't wait to read this book, right? In reading this book, I was kind of like, this sucks so bad. And it ended up being my favorite read. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I genuinely enjoyed it. Not only does it tackle real issues, all 3 boys in these stories have trauma and have like real issues to deal with, but this one felt like really heavy. There's like themes of alcoholism, addiction, and stuff like that in this book. It really felt like a fight throughout the book to get to where the characters wanted to be, and I like a book that's not easy because it just hits harder when you get to the happy ending. When you get to the good, satisfied, you know, bow on top kind of situation at the end, it hits a million times harder. The girl in this book, her name is Alana. Her and Cal have a history, so it's second chance romance. I don't know what to say without spoiling anything. This is such a good book. If anything, you want to read the series, the trilogy, for this book. I wasn't convinced about this story and about Cal until 3/4 of the way into this book. This is the thickest book in the trilogy. First, second, third. This is Cal's book, okay? It's thick. It was a lot of story, and so I kind of just felt like, why is there so much story? But then at the end, I was like, that was such a good story. I'm satisfied with this one. I find that in a lot of trilogies or series, the books just get better as you go on because the author has developed a better sense of writing, a stronger style, more of a development in the story. The stories get a little bit more crisp, and it's so noticeable in this trilogy. The first one, it kind of feels like, then the second one, you're like, oh, you know what? I need glasses. And this one is like 20/20 vision. I am satisfied because I didn't feel let down by any story. Even though the fine print wasn't blowing my mind, it was still such a good introduction to the storyline. I also feel like the characters in these books were written in a way to feel real. Although Zara was insufferable and I was kind of just like rolling my eyes constantly at whatever she was saying because I was like, what is happening to you? Are you stupid? I still really liked her. Like at the end I was like, why do I like her though? The rest of the characters, I'm like literally cheering for them the whole entire time. Terms and Conditions had me kicking my feet. The second one had me gushing all over it. Like, wait. I think the slow burn in this one is just like fun, you know? The slow burn in this one is like difficult. You're like fighting for your life. The fine print just felt kind of like, it felt easy. Here are the trigger warnings for these stories. Fully enjoyed it. I'm going to make a spoiler full review where we will get into the nitty gritty. We're going to trash talk the characters. I'll get into my Zara issue. I will also get into my issue with Callahan. So if you have read the series, that is coming and that's going to be really fun and I'm going to get really red in the face and heated about it, but it's going to be fun. Would I recommend the series? Yes. Do I regret reading the series? Not even a little bit. It was fun. It kept me entertained. I was in a book slump before this and it literally yanked me by the scalp out of that book slump. I am now very excited to get back into another book. Lauren Asher has the, what is it? Dirty Air series, which is the Formula One series. I cannot wait to read that. I cannot wait. I am very excited. But I've got so many books piling up, like I don't even want to look back there. I have so many books on my TBR. And then I have so many books over here that are on my TBR. And honestly, I'm waiting until fall time, winter time to start reading fantasy because that's when it's coziest. But I think I'm gonna have to start early because things are piling up. Anyway, have you read this series? Let me know. If you hate this series, let me know. If you love the series, let me know. If you're waiting for the full spoiler review, let me know. Thanks for watching.